Well, we did one track with Jay-Z that day. We did, I think, Numb Encore with him. And we played our own set as well. And that was a pretty crazy day because I think there was like 800,000 people on the streets, which, you know, that's just beyond reality.
Not our normal.
Yeah, there's a couple more people there than there are here tonight. So, but you know, it was a lot of fun, and one of the things I really appreciate about the music community in particular, and I guess a lot of different kinds of arts communities really do a lot in terms of being involved in their community or getting active in something that's important. And I do believe that that those shows had an impact on the decisions that were weighing heavy for those leaders of the world to take some action, because citizens of the world were making a very loud demand, and you know, that's something that can't be ignored, and that's where, you know, like Dave was saying a minute ago, there's power in numbers. And you know, as much as we enjoy, you know, giving back and you know, we are proud of Music for Relief, it still is very much run and controlled, and most of the money is raised by Linkin Park or our fans. And we really, you know, want to encourage other members of the music community, whether they're professionals or just fans, to get out and get involved, because there are so many things happening all over the world that are devastating that it's almost impossible to keep people interested, because it seems like it just never stops.
The nice thing is you guys continue to focus on like Haiti and other things that are happening.
Well, we definitely want to make sure that we try to make sure that we do the best that we can with the money that we have and make the biggest impact with it.
With that in mind, we got to move on so we can get the rest of our listeners. Brian Messmer from Conshohocken, step up. You have a question for the band.
What's going on, fellas? Short one. What bands influenced you guys in the style of music you play now?
What bands influenced you?
I would say that we don't really look at what other bands are doing to inspire us to do music in the studio. We appreciate what other bands are doing, but we're actually trying to not do what other people are doing. And so that, I find for me, most of the time when I'm in, especially when we're in the studio, I tend to find that I don't listen to anything. There are a lot of really great bands out right now, but I would say that we definitely don't want to be like, you know, oh, did you hear that new Arcade Fire album? That's really cool. We should probably try to do something like that.
Kim, we got to get one quick question from Kim before, I don't mean to interrupt, but they're telling us you got to go, and we had two other people that wanted to ask a quick question.
Being together for so long, has there ever been a point in time where it got so hard where you guys thought you were just going to like throw in the towel?
No.
And one last one, Jason.
Speak for yourself.
Jason Janasek, you're from Vineland. Jason, go ahead.
Good meeting you guys, by the way. Quick question in collaboration-wise. Do you have any future collaborations you guys are going to do, like the Jay-Z project again, or anything in the future?
I know Mike and Joe, just from the get-go on this record, have been kind of looking around and soliciting remixes and stuff like that, but I don't think it's lent itself yet to any true collaborations. Having said that, when it comes to things like that, for us, it's always stuff that kind of comes to us, falls in our lap. We end up working on it, turns into a way bigger project and monster than we ever intended, and then it's its own album. For example, Reanimation. For example, Collision Course. For example.
Any of our live stuff.
And the live stuff, people can get the show, each show that you go to, which is a wonderful new thing too. Every show there's a number that's, I believe, shown up on the screen, and you can text that number or email that number, I guess, and get tonight's show as well, right?
Yeah, the cool thing about that too, I mean, I don't know if you guys know about that, but they're not just like bootlegs, they're not just like a board mix. It's actually, each show is individually mixed by Pooch. He's our guy who runs our sound, so he goes back and instead of having it sound good for an arena, he'll tweak it to make it sound good for your cars and home stereos. So it usually takes, I think, on average 2 or 3 days, and at that point you can just go online with the ticket that you have with the